Hey guys, I know we hit 500 subscribers, which is a huge milestone. Wait, what? 1,000? Holy crap! Jerry! Jerry! We hit 1,000! Get on the royalty-free ukulele! Wait, what? 1,128. Oh my god. But seriously, thank you all so much. Alright, what is going on, people of the internet, and welcome back to another episode of Arcs of Evolved Max Speed, and this time we were looking at the Dimetrodon. Now, the Dimetrodon was added into the game not too long ago, maybe a couple days, along with the Dung Beetle, which should be up pretty soon if it's requested in the comments. So, if you want to see the Dung Beetle, go ahead and leave them in the comments. But here is the command to summon in the Dimetrodon. I'm currently adjusting the Rex one to make it fit, because you have to change it around. It's a pretty complicated command to enter, so we're going to summon in a level 120. As we always do, we're going to look at its stats, and we're going to make sure that max speed is something that you want to do with this mount. Like, I always like to look over it and say, you know, this isn't a wise decision to do this because this mount is blah blah blah. For example, why would you ever want a max speed Ankylo? Because they are so slow even when you put max speed on them, and you can just carry around with a Quetzal anyway. So, this is the Dimetrodon. It is not rideable, but it is really cool, and I really like the design of it because it kind of looks like a miniature Spino alligator, and it's really cool. It's a bit of a shame you can't ride on it. I don't know how you would ever be able to ride on it because it's not like it has a lot of room in the neck area for a human being to stand on it, and oh boy, I don't want to know what happens if you sit on top of those spines. So here is its default speed. I gotta be honest with you, I don't really know too much about the Dimetrodon. I haven't had a chance to test it out in the game yet, but from what I'm seeing, it's pretty slow and it's a little hesitant to even move, so I guess the cold-blooded nature of it is keeping it back a little bit. So I punch him, he lets out a little roar there, and he comes after a little bit of persuasion. So this guy's clearly a little lazy. So we're going to go ahead and let this guy waddle over to us. He's extremely slow, but pretty adorable. Look at that face. He's smiling as he's little puppy hopped like the Spino, its older cousin. So we're going to go ahead and summon in a Mega Rex here, which is the command for the Alpha T-Rex. So first we're going to use the Mega T-Rex, the Alpha Rex, to attempt to prove whether or not you get shared XP from it. Now, I've got the Dimetrodon right here beside me. It's level 180, but unfortunately, I can't give it shared XP in any way, shape, or form. The kill command doesn't give shared XP to tribal animals, and if I summon in the Alpha Rex right here at level 1 million, it's going to luckily not kill this guy, but we're going to go ahead and summon this thing in right here. I'm going to quickly force tame it so that I have a weapon to use to give shared XP to everything else, so I'm going to go ahead and force tame this Alpha T-Rex, just because I want something to make sure I can kill whatever I spawn in next. So I'm going to spawn in another Alpha Rex after this one. It's going to be at level 1000. So the 1 million one is already here, tamed, and it's up to 1.5. And we're going to summon in the 1000 shortly after this to get the XP for the Dimetrodon. If it gets shared, which unfortunately it doesn't. So we're going to go ahead and hop on this Alpha T-Rex. I'm going to change up the command to make it so it's 1000. As always, commands will be in the description, so if you want to try this for yourself, feel free to. And we effectively one-shot that Alpha T-Rex. Now, you can see here, my Alpha T-Rex got the experience, but the Dimetrodon did not. Unfortunately, it's still sitting at 1.2 XP. So we're going to cut over here, and you can see I've summoned in a 1.5 level, 1.5 million Dimetrodon, or it was 1 million, but adjusted to 1.5 million, and it is currently pummeling the crap out of this 1000 Alpha T-Rex. So he got the experience from this time, and we're going to go ahead and give this guy the levels he needs to reach his max XP. And you can see this Dimetrodon got the XP, but his friend, on the other hand, didn't. So our original Dimetrodon, unfortunately, got no levels, and as a result, he will be killed off because he has no purpose to us anymore. Too bad, but we got our 1.5 million, and an interesting thing is I don't believe the oxygen has any effect on these things' movement speed. Now, obviously, in the water, cannibalistic, very savage, but in the water, you can see the Dodo video. The Dodo was a bullet in the water, and in the 500 sub special, that Alpha T-Rex was also really fast in the water, faster than it ever should have been. However, when you look at the Dimetrodon, when I enter the water with this thing, you know, it's not actually that fast, probably because the oxygen doesn't affect its movement speed once it enters the water. So you can see this thing's adorable. Look at this thing hobbling towards us with a little smile on his face. I love this thing. This Dimetrodon is so cool. I'm glad they added it into Arc. It just looks like a prehistoric creature. The Dimetrodon was actually before the first dinosaurs because the Triassic period rolled around 250 million years ago, and this one was about 270 million years ago, so that's a little interesting tidbit for everyone. You can see when it enters the water, it holds out a pretty decent movement speed, so this is the ultimate wolf pack member, aside from the wolves, I guess, because these things would make for great followers with this movement speed, and I could definitely see a justification as to why you would put some points into movement speed, because it's originally so slow that you'd want to put maybe half to 75% of your points into movement speed, and then the rest into melee damage or health for an attacker, because that's what makes sense for this mount. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you got suggestions for future Arc Max Speed videos, or Mythbusters, which is a new series we're looking at doing, leave them in the comments, and we'll see you in the next episode of Arc Survival Evolved Max Speed. This guy's adorable. Thanks for watching. Thanks for 1,000 subs. Peace.